Today, I'm going to address nutrition. Okay, so the most important thing to understand about losing body fat is that you need to create a calorie deficit. Okay, so if you are not losing body fat, you are currently not in a calorie deficit. Okay, so what is a calorie deficit? A calorie deficit means on over a period of time, so it could be daily or weekly or monthly, over a period of time, you are expending more calories than you are taking in. Okay, so your body fat over time should reduce. Okay, now in order to create a calorie deficit, it's a lot easier to create a calorie deficit by reducing the number of calories you eat rather than trying to expend more calories through exercise. Okay, now you can definitely expend more calories through exercise. However, it's a lot easier with food and manipulating food, and that's what we do with the guys here. Now, what we try and do first and foremost is work out, first of all, what is a maintenance calories? Okay, maintenance calories means how many calories does the person need to consume to maintain their current level of body weight and body fat. Now, once we establish that, we can then reduce their daily and weekly calorie intake to ensure that we're losing body fat, and then we can assess every 1 to 2 weeks to make sure that we're actually in the right ballpark with our estimations. Once we know how many calories we should be eating, we then need to set a protein target. Now, making sure we eat enough protein is crucial when we're losing body fat to make sure that we hold on to the lean body mass and the muscle that we have. Okay, so generally speaking, we're going to set protein at about 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which means an 80 kilo male is going to be eating around 160 grams of protein. That's going to be enough to ensure they don't lose any muscle mass as we diet and train. Okay, now once we understood how much protein we need, we can then set fats and carbs accordingly. Now, generally speaking, the more body fat you've got to lose, the less need there is for carbohydrates. That doesn't mean we need to cut carbohydrates out completely. However, we can definitely bring them down a lot lower and focus more on a protein and fat-based diet. So what we'll do is we'll look at the individual and we'll adjust the calories and the macronutrients to suit their individual needs. Okay, so as a result, what we're really doing is we're setting calories first of all, making sure the calorie intake is right. We'll set a protein goal, and then we'll manipulate the amount of carbohydrates and fats to suit that individual and to make sure the diet is also sustainable in the long term, and so they can actually stick to it and achieve the results they want. And then once their body fat starts reducing and coming down, we can start to have a play around with some of those amounts to make sure we can keep making progress. And once we're under 12%, then maybe we're in a position where we can actually bring calories back up again and start focusing on building muscle. Okay, so important points to remember here is creating a calorie deficit through food, and with the exercise really focusing on building strength and building muscle with strength training. Okay, and making sure that we've got a calorie target and we're eating enough protein, which is absolutely crucial.